Hello, one more time. I'm here with you. Well, this is a little bit difficult because I'm really hungry. I haven't relaxed in many days, and I'm recording at night and sometimes in the morning. Well, bueno, morning, afternoon, at night. So it is so crazy. Well, we are going to continue as I told you, and we are going uh, to go to the page number 121. Remember the last time we were working with the vocabulary, but this time I'm going to put you the audio and the answers. Okay, then we're going to see a little bit of pronunciation. At the end, we're going to finish with the definite and indefinite articles. So we are on page number 121, and I'm going to put you the audio. First the audio.
Audio 11.11.
Remember that article on online dating I showed you? I want to do some vocabulary with my class, but I've identified 21 possible words and expressions.
A great topic, though. How to stay safe while dating. Let's take a look.
So first, let me tell you about some of the words I didn't choose.
Okay, you've given a lot of thought to this.
I have. For example, take to bail. It's pretty obvious it means to leave, and students will figure that out when they insert the section titles. Then there's strike up a conversation. They can figure out that means to start when they see walking on the beach, seemed delightful, and invited her to my house. What else could it possibly mean in this context?
You have a point. But on the other hand, strike up is a useful phrasal verb. And bail, or even better, bail out, could be a good informal verb to know.
So maybe I should let them choose their own words. For example, if they've seen them before, then they may want to look them up so they can use them in their own conversation.
Not a bad idea.
Then take utterly. Even if you have no idea it means very or completely, just try removing it. The sentence still makes perfect sense.
True. You could say if you don't need the word to understand the text, keep reading.
And then there's stew. I left that out too. It's obviously something to eat when you see boiling on the stove. So students will know it's a dish with rabbit. And besides, it has nothing to do with dating.
You're pretty good at this.
It's really just common sense. And head case, forget it. Too informal. They'll figure out it means crazy.
But how will students know when a word is informal?
They can only guess, but the key is whether they've seen it before. Reading, of course, includes many examples of the writer's own style. Take, for example, does it jar you? Students might not even find the verb jar in the dictionary because we generally say, is it jarring?
Wow, a good reason to cut down on dictionary use, isn't it?
Absolutely. I'm going to start by giving them just these 5. To coax, to pop up, to draw on, eligible, and to screen. And I think I'll give the class some helpful hints on whether to look up words. It will be really interesting to see which words they...
Well, this is it. And the correct answers for this activity, do you remember I told you that you go in advance? Yes. Now is how they use the highlighted words. So I'm going to put you the answers of this here. And it is to bail, strike up, utterly, stew, head case, and yard. Um, in this case, mostly is like when you don't know a word and you don't have able the I don't know the Google Translator or a dictionary. The importance is that you try to um, guess or to understand the meaning by the context. Well, so we're going to continue with the next page, And we have a listening. Listening, some listenings. Shark sign today. Enter water at own risk. And always the people it goes. So this is something like I never understand, but well, that's the people like that. What does the sea make you think of? Well, for example, when I think the sea, I think in a hammock, in a hamaca, in a hammock, and relaxation. Also, a little bit of scaring because now that I am a mom, I'm always afraid that something happens to my family. And before I didn't, I was very risky there and younger. I think so because I remember I don't care how very was the the ocean I get into, but well, that was my previous me. Well, now decide here if you in pairs if you and saw this sign at the beach, would you go into the water? Okay, so you think about your answers and why not? Please try to write a short answer about it in your notebooks. Then it says, listen to a couple talking at the beach. Note down one convincing argument each person gives. Are you more like Bob or Andrea? So please, so listen.
Audio 11.12. The sun is killing me.
Well, someone didn't put on sunscreen.
Let's go for a swim.
Do you want to get eaten by a shark?
Do I want what? Oh, come on, Andrea. There's nothing to worry about.
Nothing to worry about? You obviously didn't see the sign over there.
I did see it, but I'm sure they're just playing it safe. I mean, what are the odds?
Pretty high if you ask me. And with your red shorts, they'll spot you from miles away.
That doesn't make any sense. Sharks are colorblind.
Colorblind? They are? Whatever. I'm not going in the water, and neither are you, Bob.
No, seriously, the chances are pretty slim, statistically speaking. Let me show you. Give me your phone.
Now?
Yeah, let me Google something. Shark attack odds. Here, listen. The likelihood of someone getting attacked and killed by a shark is exceedingly slim, 1 in approximately.
Well, now you are going to check to whom you are like to. The next part is which of these are more likely to kill you than a shark attack. Okay, do you think is the number one? My goodness, a lighting, a dog, a airplane crash, or a meteorite? Okay, so listen, please. Don't forget to write your answers.
Audio 11.13. Here, listen. The likelihood of someone getting attacked and killed by a shark is exceedingly slim, 1 in approximately 11.5 million. There are an estimated 64 attacks each year, but few are fatal.
Few. Not none. So the odds might not be in our favor.
Look, to put it in perspective, a person is 3 times more likely to die in a plane crash, 30 times more likely to be killed by a dog, and are you ready for this?
30 times more likely to be hit by lightning, too. I bet it doesn't say how many sharks die from getting hit by lightning, though.
Haha, very funny. And how about this? The odds of a person being killed by an asteroid are 1 in 200,000, which
means you're less likely to be killed by a shark than by an asteroid.
Exactly. So let's jump in.
Hey, not so fast.
Okay, excellent. Remember that if you have another information, it's important, but not in the audios, okay? Now say, listen to the end of the conversations. Which reason, 1, 2, or 3, does Andrea give you for saying that the numbers can be taken at face value. Okay, I'm going to tell you. Para-para-pum.
Audio 11.14. What?
You can't take these numbers at face value.
It's written right here. The evidence is clear.
I think it's anything but clear. Look, these statistics are an average of everyone in the world, right? I mean, they divide the number of attacks by the number of people.
I suppose.
But most people don't live near shark-infested beaches, let alone go swimming where there are sharks.
So you're saying the odds would be higher among beachgoers?
Exactly. Or surfers. These studies assume that any random person might be attacked, which doesn't make any sense. I mean, if you...
Andrea, are we really talking about statistics? Right here by the ocean on our honeymoon?
I'm just trying to show you the danger is real.
You worry too much. Come on, have some fun.
I am having fun. But I want to have fun and be safe. And I want you to be safe too.
Oh my goodness. Okay. How about you have any problems? This is very important that you return to listen, please. This information. Now pronunciation. Well, I'm going to put you the second part. This says here, read and listen to the rules. So I think that you can, we can do it by ourselves. As we saw on page number 67, auxiliaries may be stressed for emphasis. Other normally unstressed functions, words like conjunctions, articles, and pronouns are sometimes stressed too. You worry too much. Come on, have you some fun? I am having fun, but I want to have fun and be safe. And I want you to be safe too. Okay, so this now what you're going to say, read the changes 1 to 5 and guess the stressed words in the responses. Then you say, listen and check. In pairs, first repeat the extent each exchange. I'm going to put the second part already.
Audio 11.16. 1.
Do you want to get eaten by a shark?
Do I want what? 2. There are an estimated 64 attacks each year, but few are fatal.
Few, not none. So the odds might not be in our favor.
3. That doesn't make any sense. Sharks are colorblind.
Colorblind? They are?
4. It's written right here. The evidence is clear.
I think it's anything but clear.
Okay, one more time. Listen as many times you need, please. However, I'm going to give you the answers. Okay, the what, so, are, but. That's the stressed words. It is important for you to practice all the time stresses. Now we are going to give a short introduction to the definite and indefinite articles. Well, you already managed this years ago, but however, we're going to check. Definite and indefinite article, general and specific uses. General, countable nouns. Precautions need to be taken. Okay. Well, I'm going to tell you already. When we are talking in general, so for example, a door. If I'm talking about for the first time a use, I'm talking about a door because it's not specific. You don't know which door I'm going to talk about. It's like, for example, in a story. If I'm going to say a story, I'm going to begin. There was a time a princess, but I'm still don't know which princess is it, her name, nothing. It's the first time I listen about her. So I use it a. When I'm talking about princess in general, I only say princesses are unreal. Well, something to say something like that, no? Or doors are a very useful invent, but you don't know what kind of doors I'm talking. They have wood, big doors. Yes, it's general. So when I'm talking in general, I don't use neither a or the. Observe. Then, when I'm going to be specific, the door of my room, I need to use the article the. For example, there was a time a princess which name was Cinderella. The princess was very beautiful. Okay, now we know that we are talking in specific about the princess Cinderella. You got the idea? But not all the princes are beautiful. In this time, I don't use a or the because I'm talking in general. You see? Okay. So now, countable and nouns or not countable nouns, it is precautions needs to be taken. Research tells us that the risks are real. See, these are very useful because they don't obtain viruses. Or research is not countable. Sugar is a very good ingredient to make what do you say, a cake. The sugar, for example, when I want to be specific, the sugar on the table is the one that you need to use. Well, specific, first mention, as I told you, a princess, there was a princess. Adjective plus number. Okay. A record 10. We have record 10. So I have here my adjective. A record 10 attacks were recorded in 2016. Shared knowledge. Okay. The study was conducted in Japan. For example, in these times with the coronavirus, yes, we said the study was conducted in China. Yes, knowledge, conocimiento. We are going to share this knowledge. Adjective equals to group of people. The rich tend to live longer. Okay, this is important. When we are using an adjective, not a noun, an adjective that refers to a group of people. This is extra and this is new, something that we normally don't know. Okay? Now we are going to see common mistakes. I love common mistakes. Mark gave me an advice. Okay, why it's incorrect? Number one, advice is uncountable. Do you remember? Some advice or some or a piece of advice. It's just because it's considered like not countable. Important about this. In Mexico or the Hispanic people normally say advice like accountable, but in English not. Okay, his advices, that's the same mistake, are always good. His advice is always good. If you want to use a plural, you need to use suggestions. And with this, I give you the first introduction to definite and indefinite articles. So see you the next class. Have a great day. Bye.